Namaste. I, I had all these ideas in mind of how to tie bonsai and Deleuze and Guattari into here and now. And I don't know, I think things have slipped my mind. But basically, Rosemary is a rhizomatic entry point for me into the world of bonsai or this how do you begin, how do you enter into a state. And for me, when I didn't have enough bonsai material, I took a lot of clippings from around the neighborhood or from my own rosemary bush. And this one on the left is one of those results. It's probably 5 years old, 6 years old now. And it had a different structure in the beginning, a more globular one, which is popular in Japan. And then after the fact, I decided, I might as well reshape it into a bonsai form. And the problem with that was then the trunk wasn't really so thick because the structure wasn't enabling it to be that way. And so now, though, I think I've realized, like like a pine tree, I can really extend this branch really powerfully, and all of the branching above the trunk will thicken everything right here below it. So I tried to have a leader branch on top, but it was just creating some reverse taper. The branching is quite amazing above, but the problem is I need to figure out what to do with the trunk below. But it has a nice structure, I think. A little too tall to put on this table that I'm using. This is a smaller, I think a different species rosemary, and probably 4 years old by now. This one was also from a clipping, and I think it really looks like a pine tree to me. It looks like very triangular shape, and the lower branch is finally starting to emerge, and I'll keep letting that grow uncontrolled almost, and keep weakening above as I've been mentioning. So as I said, developing lower branches isn't so difficult. It just takes time and a lot of redistribution of energy ultimately. And what I meant by rhizomes and an entry point, yeah, Deleuze, French post-structuralist philosopher, basically he was showing that everything is interconnected. So what I learned from handling rosemary in the beginning of my bonsai journey, I later applied those techniques, that understanding into other bonsai, other trees. Matsu or kuromatsu, black pines in general, they're apically dominant. So all the auxins, all the growth hormones really are focused on the top. And by strengthening the top or learning how to redistribute the energy, you can redistribute the energy back down. Rosemary is different, but in many ways, the ends are like the candles of a black pine, for example. It took me a while to realize that, but once I made that connection, my understanding of pines was just so much easier. It was just like slipped right into being able to develop pines better through something easily accessible, easily findable to create, rosemary. And this one is just one of my favorite little trees. And rosemary is a very finicky, very fragile, really. And I think that's why I started developing these branch to branch techniques for wiring and more clip and grow. So some people have that other type of bonsai philosophy where it's not really direct control, heavy gauge wiring. Because if you try to do that with certain species of trees, all you'll do is just snap all the branches, which I actually did used to do. And so now I'm more about natural growth. And yeah, hope you like this bonsai. It's beautiful and it's just getting better and better. I finally figured out the form and shape that I wanted it to take. Yeah, and I'll continue another time talking about Deleuze and his philosophies. For example, the nomadic war machine, which is lovely, and I think I could connect that into, for example, Buddhism and moksha, liberation, nirvana, all those things, samadhi. But that's for a future post. Namaste.